7 days, if you're lucky, before you learn what the black flag really means. Not freedom, not romance, not the drunk song of easy gold. 7 days before the bruises on your palms match the bruises on your illusions, and the slick shine of tar on the rigging looks like the sheen on a blade. The first time it swallows the light, you think the flag is a boast. It is a promise instead. Promises nothing soft. You came aboard for reasons that sounded brave when whispered in a dockside alley. A captain cheated you of wages on a merchant run. The lash cut close for a mistake no one saw. A war ended, and with it the letter of marque that fed your stomach. A sickness shook the port and left you standing where your friends did not stand. The sea has a way of choosing men who have been chosen by nothing else. You put your name to the articles with a knife nick, and the quartermaster tapped the paper pinned to the mast. Now the mast taps you back, with every sway that throws your stomach against your spine. They call it Jolly Roger, as if a grinning skull could laugh. Sometimes it is black, meaning quarter if the other ship is quick to understand. Sometimes it is red, meaning none. To the world, it is a sign painted in wind that says, think hard about your next breath. To you, it is the ceiling over your life. It flaps overhead during the long, stupid tasks, when days and hands bleed together, and the only music is the creak of hemp and the slap of water. In the lull between chases, you have time to see what hides behind it. Start with the wood. A ship is a miracle of bending planks and hammered faith, and yours is tired. Every seam has its own voice. Salt crusts the nails. Tar sweetens in the sun until it smells like rotting fruit. Rats are citizens with better rights than you. They do not pull watch. The deck has a slope your knees must learn. Your hands learn rope burns before they learn names. The rigging is a ladder to heaven if heaven is sky-sick and forever moving. A misstep at the futtock shrouds and you drop through air so clean it cleans you of thought. Men fall. They are not screamed for. They are looked after with a hard squint at the wake. And then the wake closes over its business and everyone returns to theirs. The articles are democracy written in a hard hand and oil, rules that seem like mercy after a navy's tyranny. You get a vote, but only when there is time to vote. You get a share, but only when there is something to share. The captain serves at pleasure, except in battle when he is king. The quartermaster is your advocate and your accountant. His chest holds the treasure and the punishments. There are fines for theft and for cowardice, provisions for injury, and line after line about the division of spoils. A captain might have 2 or 3 shares, a gunner 1.5, an ordinary seaman 1, a boy half. The numbers look fairer than the world you left. They are. They still do not feed you until the next prize shows its sails like a miracle on the horizon. The prizes are stories when you sign. Sugar stacked like white bricks. Indigo like spilled sky. Tobacco packed in bales that make you dream of smoke even if you've never owned a pipe. Silver in little coins you can hold and bite. A medicine chest. Fresh water. Fresh anything. Stories are meat to hungry men. 7 days will teach you what meat costs. Costs a chase in a heat that makes your tongue mutter. It costs another watch at the pump because the bilge is talking too much. It costs the ache in your spine when the vessel you chase bangs over a swell and the hull answers with a groan that sounds like a warning. It costs a boarding that leaves nothing heroic in your mouth, only with splinters and the iron taste of fear. It costs keeping your hands steady when you cut a rope you're not sure you should cut. Between those bright moments when the world narrows to a gun's muzzle and a prize's stern, there is the long gray of being alive. Boredom is the ocean's most honest wave. The black flag cannot hide that. Boredom and its sister, dread, sit on the coils of rope in the shade and never seem to get tired. You learn the faces of hunger, the one that makes men quiet and the one that makes them unkind. You learn the way a man looks when he counts himself in advance into money he has not seen. You learn what a quiet deck means. That you are down to counting clouds and the sky has only so many. The old hands watch you without caring to be seen. They have their own reasons for being here. A pardon chased too late, a captain who kept the cat-o'-nine-tails oiled, a port too small for the shape of their luck. They can coil a line with their eyes shut. They walk the deck like men who married it. They know the stories the black flag will not tell. It will not tell about scurvy because the word itself is bad weather. You will come to taste it in the metal at your gums. It will not tell about splinters that go in small and mean. It will not tell about an infection that starts like a joke and ends like a funeral. It will not tell about the way a hanging looks when you cannot stop looking. Those are later lessons. For now, it teaches you the shape of the day. Dawn is a pale smear and then a glare. Noon is a cliff of heat. Evening is mercy if the wind stays friendly. Night is not quiet. The ship still breathes and the sea answers. Lanterns swing and throw a slow, greasy light that makes ghosts of every shadow. The bell marks out the hours in chunks, 2, 4, 6, 8, and the sound enters your bones because it must. You learn to listen for its pattern like a man listens for his own heartbeat, because your life is measured by it now, as exact and indifferent as the sea. When weather changes, the bell's voice changes too. A different echo as water climbs the planks and the world leans. Sometimes a captain raises the red flag instead, not to hide anything but to show too much. No quarter. It makes weak ships sudden philosophers. Better to throw down arms and trust a pirate's pragmatism than stand and be noble and dead. The truth no one carves on a skull is that pirates do not profit from corpses. Cargo sinks with them. Violence is a tax, not a meal. Still, it comes, and when it comes with smoke and with chips and the thud of iron and the sound a man makes when everything inside him changes at once. You will know that sound. You will wish you did not. 7 days, and you begin to understand that nothing aboard is ever fully asleep. Not the water slapping the hull. Not the whisper of canvas. Not the little tremor in your jaw that never quite stops. Not the worry about a sail on the horizon that is somehow too white and somehow too far and somehow headed for you. Not the black flag that, even furled, wants to be seen in your thoughts. The ship is a city and a prison and a nation with its own laws, and you are now one citizen among many, paying your taxes in skin. A bell strikes. Another. The rhythm says something you have to learn fast, because everything that happens next depends on it. The watches are turning over. The ship that never sleeps is calling your name, and the work that keeps her afloat is work you will do, again and again, until your hands remember faster than your head.